Hey everybody, this is Ryan from myafterschooltoys.com with another toy review, and today we're talking about the 1984 Kenner Superpowers Hall of Justice. And we're going to go through the Hall of Justice and look at the inside features, but first we'll start with the outside. And on the front, I've lined up some of the Superpower action figures the way that they are actually shown on the back, and we'll show that in just a second. But I just kind of wanted to show a size comparison of the figures to the actual Hall of Justice. So we'll kind of sweep them to the side here and look at the Hall of Justice itself. So basic front structure here. There's some decorations, adornment on both sides of it. And then on the side here, you actually see the handle. And what was cool about this Hall of Justice was it also doubled as a carrying case. So had a nice handle that you could take with. And then on the back, and this is going to be really hard to see because it's very light, but there are actually some inscribed characters like the way I had them in the front. Doesn't translate very well onto camera because they're done so lightly, but there's Superman and Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern, Flash, and Hawkman on the back. So the outside is not too exciting, just kind of a basic structure for the Hall of Justice, but all the fun stuff happens on the inside. So let's go ahead and open that up. Okay, so now we're going to focus on the inside of the DC Hall of Justice here, and I'll kind of give a wider view. It actually opens up into a couple different parts. We'll talk about that side in just a second, but we're going to focus on this side of the Hall of Justice and look at some of the features. Now, I mentioned before that there was a carrying case here inside of the Hall of Justice, and that's kind of what these little sections were right here. You could pretend that they were a detention center or a jail cell, but they actually could hold the figures inside, like it's doing with Aquaman right there. And it was a cool way you could tote around a half a dozen characters or so inside of it. Over here on the sides, we have jail cell doors that open, and you could put a figure inside of there. And then that also, that could also be storage space. Aquaman does not want to go inside. He did nothing wrong. There we go. So that's kind of a jail cell. And then up on top we have the Joker standing, because he is going to demonstrate the trapdoor feature. So this whole thing right here is kind of a stockade for any villains that were captured and sent to the hall. And then on top right here, where the Joker is a trapdoor. Give you a closer view. Right there. And then you could actually push the button, like so, and he would fall perfectly down into the jail. So that was a really cool feature about this. As far as the top part goes, there was a helipad on the top, which we have the Supermobile on right there. And this you just kind of laid on once you folded it out. It fit nicely inside once everything was folded up. And then, of course, you have over here, you have the logos of the individual characters. You can see Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Robin, Hawkman, Aquaman, and the Flash. And then this thing that's really cool over here is this is actually a little slot that you could put a comic in, because all the DC Superpower characters came with their own little comic. And you could put it up there and kind of display it, or that could be your adventure for the day within the hall. So very cool. Now we'll take a quick look at this side of the Hall of Justice. And unfortunately I am missing a piece right here. This folds down, and there is supposed to be a computer bar that fits across. And then that can hold 4 figures that can kind of work on the computer database. So hopefully I'll get that soon. But that's the only piece missing there. And then in the back here you can see there is signs that are marked transporter. And really it was kind of a cool way that you could put more figures into the carrying case. Up here is a spot that is marked rejuvenation chamber, that you could put more figures in or accessories. And then one that is marked aquatic pool. I guess that's for Aquaman. Right there. And then in the front part here, we have a little computer center in the back here. It's got clocks from around the world and other little videos monitoring things. It's got a little bat signal in the corner, which is kind of cool. And then there's a set of doors here. And actually on some models a set of doors was red, but on this particular one they're yellow. And they open up to let the figures through, just like that. There's all kinds of cool little hiding places and nooks and stuff in here that you could put figures. It really is pretty neat. And then last but not least, we have the working elevator, which Green Lantern is going to demonstrate for us. If you look on the back side here, there's a little button that operates it. And then that just pushes up. And he can go, whoops, dropped him there. He can go up to the top level, like that. And then, of course, the vehicle is waiting there for them to take off in. So that was the elevator. So all in all, very cool playset. Quite a few features for it. And what's really cool about it is it all folds up and you can take it right with you, and it's got a handle. And you can keep all your figures right inside. You don't have to transfer them to another carrying case. So very cool playset. Definitely. And I think it kind of holds up, you know. It may not have as detailed of features as the playsets nowadays, but it's got enough to still be interesting and still hold imagination. So that is a 1984 Kenner Superpowers DC Hall of Justice. Thanks for checking out our video, and be sure to check out myafterschooltoys.com, myafterschooltoys.com for tons more videos. And there is pictures, a database, a blog. There's all kinds of 80s toys on there. So come and relive that action figure dream of your childhood and remember what it was like to have all these great things. Until next time, we'll see you later.